Getting this started.
Yeah. E-cartridge.
Here we go. People are coming in, so we're just going to give it a minute.
What image are we doing first?
Houdini. So we'll start things in a minute. Just opening up the room. We got a lot of new people tonight, so
Wonderful.
Harry Houdini, Chris.
it takes a minute. If you're joining us for the first time, we're waiting for the perfect time to start our theme song.
Right, because it's really important.
It's probably the most important part. It's probably the number one reason new people leave. Yeah, we have a high bounce rate. All right.
Wow, we got a lot of people in here.
Okay. If you're still here, thanks.
All right. Hi, everybody. This is John. Hey, we got a really good crowd here tonight. I'm hopefully you can see my screen share. That all looks good.
John, you think it's because George is here?
Yeah, I know. It must be.
Everything is wigging out.
No. You attract a crowd, George. It's been a while since George Pratt has gone with us. His semester got over with yesterday, and I've been pressuring him to come back, and he has no excuses because his school got out yesterday. So I'm here with George Pratt. I'm here with Cassandra Loomis Kim, the great C.F. Payne, Bill Cobe, myself, Timmy, and I don't know if anybody else came into the room. I can't see anybody else yet. But I'm sure there'll be more, and then hundreds of guest participants. If this is your first time, we're going to do 4 20-minute poses tonight. Here is the reference that we'll be drawing. First reference tonight is of Mr. Harry Houdini, which I love this photograph. We drew Mr. Houdini in Studio Bridge this morning, but full figure. And so I really wanted to draw his head. Followed by Harry is Emily Louise Floyd. She was the a significant other of Gustav Klimt, and also a fashion designer. The third drawing is of Willie Liston, is just a fisherman from New Haven, Connecticut. George showed me a bunch of really great photography today. And this is kind of courtesy of George, of him pointing me in the right direction. And then the last one, of Lizzie Alice Hawksfield. Just a great photograph of unbelievable. What was George, you remember the title? It was Casting the Net.
Hang on, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Let me go to my nope, not that.
I apologize. We'll come up with it.
Yeah.
It's
Anyway.
called Fetching the Net.
Fetching the Line. Fetching the Line. And so these are our 4 references tonight. We're going to do 4 poses. In between each pose, please post your work. You can post it to #illustration isolation on Instagram. And then at the end of the night, we kind of go through all the drawings. Tonight,
and don't tag Trevor Hawkins. That's a typo.
Oh, I'm sorry. That is. I apologize. I didn't take that out of.
No, that's from last week. These are all historical
week.
photos. So just be sure to grab the copy tags button on our website. I'm going to share a link to the chat. Regarding the chat, one thing I would recommend is be sure to not, it automatically selects panelists, select panelists and attendees. That way you're sharing it with everybody. Unless you have something mean to say, then only send it to panelists.
Yeah.
Or don't send it at all.
That's right.
For starters, I would love to hear, tell us where you're tuning in from, and also let us know if this is your first time joining.
Yeah, and then one last thing, Timmy, before we start drawing.
Yeah.
Timmy and I decided, we made an executive decision today. We are not going to refresh at the end of the night.
No refreshes.
So Timmy's going to give you a warning like 18 minutes in to the fourth pose, right? And we're going to give you 3 or 4 minutes to post your work. So it will be there, but we're not going to refresh.
Yeah,
So,
we don't want to detract though. Be sure to post your work after every post. Post your work, use the tags. It's a huge part of this, being able to see what everybody does, all the different perspectives on one photo. It's really special and it's cool. And it's a full spectrum of talent. So please, or experience, skill. So please don't be shy and share your work. Cannot recommend it highly enough.
all right.
Are we going to get drawn?
If you're ever confused of, let me change my video here.
Yeah.
If you're ever confused of what you're supposed to be drawing, I print out all my reference before. So follow John's reference.
Hey, you already started. That's not fair.
Well, you all were talking. I just thought I'd lay down a little bit there.
All right. So we'll start the clock. John, do you want me to do the timer?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
I just say the silhouette of Harry Houdini looks like Grandpa from the Munsters.
Yeah, I thought the same thing.
Al Lewis.
Mm-hmm.
I used to go when I was living in New York, go down in the village and you could see him hanging out at his restaurant.
That's so cool.
Grandpa's. He would sit out there in a rocking chair and wave to everybody.
George, didn't he run for mayor one time?
Oh, he might have.
That's hysterical.
It's awesome.
Oh, also, if you're a regular, which I would say is a minimum of, I would say 5 live attendances with posts, raise your hand, and we do. You get to call in. We'll give you the mic. You got to have a question. Please have a question ready, and it's fun. So if you do have a question, raise your hand, and we'll pass the mic on to a couple people tonight. But think about the question first.
We had a great question from Felicity last
That was so much fun
she was
last week.
great.
She was just fearless, man.
And so I got to give you an update on the Felicity John English trade. I officially have an owner of 2 Felicity originals, and Felicity now has a piece of mine.
That's so cool.
For those of you wondering, Felicity is I think is the youngest illustration isolation drawer at 9 years old.
You know, I hate to say it, but I saw somebody sign their name, a 7-year-old, I think, a couple nights ago.
She has competition now.
And
There's competition.
Bill, you don't have to do that.
Whatever works, man.
I was going to say, that's my job.
I had a fun time explaining to my wife why I traded with a 9-year-old artwork, and when she saw the work, she totally understood.
No.
It's phenomenal.
Devin, DM LeBlanc sent me, I got a surprise package from him a couple weeks ago of some pretty awesome work. John, you know Devin's.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh man.
Great.
Oh, his work's great. That's so cool.
Yeah, it was really exciting. I loved it. It was really nice.
Yeah, let's go around the room. Start with George. George, what are you drawing with?
Pastels, new pastels. And I am really out of practice here. So I didn't count on Harry Houdini tonight. So I'm like, what the?
Oh, yeah. I'm just gonna pretend it's grandpa.
Yeah.
Right?
To start, grandpa's probably easier to draw than Houdini.
Was Harry thrown in here at the last second or?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I get for showing up late.
Keep you on your toes, man.
Oh, if you'd gotten here early, you would have, you got the same thing.
It still would have been Houdini.
Yeah.
I don't have.
Hello, Dale.
Hey, how you doing? Hey, George, nice to have
Hey.
the rock star here tonight.
Yeah, right. That's why you're here.
Somebody said Harry Houdini escapes the ref folder again.
If he was here, I would be the guy that hits him in the stomach right now.
Oh,
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 Come on, George.
Too soon, George. Too soon.
he
What is
doesn't
it?
use
When
internal
did,
organs anyways.
was it John Candy when he got hit in the stomach? That's how Houdini died,
Oh, after the almost being run over by the truck and trains planes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I never
Houdini
noticed. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Houdini won't be able to escape my bad drawing tonight.
Man, Chris, we're counting on you, Chris.
yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
do the best I can. If it was in the shape of Ohio, it might work.
Houdini in the shape of Ohio.
What's everybody else working? Maybe I'd love to hear what everybody else is working with.
Oh yeah, I started that, forgot to finish. Chris, what are you working with tonight?
Just a colored pencil, the chestnut kind of brown red colored pencil. And then I'm going to see if I have time. I'm going to try to throw some acrylics on it with a brayer. We'll see what happens here if I have time.
You're a madman.
Okay, Cassandra.
I'm doing acrylic paint on cardboard that's sealed with some GAC 100.
All right. Dale.
This pastel pencil that was left over from last week, 1400/305 red. It's the we're in contract negotiations to make this the color. Purple and red are bidding on me. We'll see who comes up with the best package.
All right. I'm drawing with new pass. Actually, I'm just drawing with a piece of compressed charcoal.
Oh, look at that.
Is anybody in the audience using a new material or something crazy? Last week we were supposed to have our first I think sculptor, but they didn't post.
Oh,
But I got an email that said, am I allowed to sculpt?
they're still working on it, Timmy.
Sure.
Probably.
It's a long process.
So
It's like, sure.
It'll show up in a month or two.
With a sculpture of your dog.
That would be great.
So
How
George,
do you get that bronze sculpture of Echo?
George, you missed, we all drew our pets. Or we
Oh,
posted,
cool.
not everybody, but we're going to do it again soon. Because it was, we reached out to the audience, participants, and asked them to submit pet photos. And that was really fun.
That's cool.
It was. I mean, people love their pets.
Yeah.
Houdini looks a little bit like this one actor. I can't think of whose name. I can't think of his.
Bill, I know exactly who you're talking about.
Houdini?
Al Lewis.
Yeah, Al Lewis, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm drawing with pastel, by the way. So.
Oh, Bill, I'm
I
sorry.
didn't ask. Bill.
It's okay.
Bill's been patiently waiting.
I've been like,
No.
Joe, I just been waiting to throw that in. You know, but no, he was on.
Michael Stolberg.
Oh, Victor Garber. I totally agree with
Victor
you.
Garber, thank you. Yes,
What was he in?
he was in Alias. He was in.
Titanic.
He was in DC's like Legends or whatever MCW show.
Oh, Anna, bring the fun facts. She says she's a huge fan with lots of fun facts.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Victor Garber.
You'd think I'd be still warmed up from earlier today, but man, it's not working.
Oh,
It's broken.
Every drawing's new.
Right.
I think by the last drawing this morning, I was warmed up.
How does that work in Studio Bridge? Is it live like this, or is it audio, or?
No, it's totally live.
Yeah.
They connect through Discord and they post their work in Discord and communicate with us, ask us questions, and talk to us. It's a fun morning.
We actually, since you brought it up, Dale, we just added a huge new feature to Studio Bridge. Part of the platform now, if you join it, if anybody's curious, this is our monthly subscription. Part of it now is you can upload work to our critique center, and within 48 hours, you'll get a recording back that's like a 10-minute critique with John, right? It could be helpful paintovers, notes, suggestions. Really awesome if you're, working on if you have a freelance job, or if you're in art school, it would be a great supplement to an assignment.
That's a great idea. I saw that in the email.
I think it's a great idea.
We'll see. It is a good idea. Let's see if it plays out.
Yeah.
I think it will.
This is our annual Try Something Wild. Our annual Try Something Crazy.
Yeah, we haven't tried something new in a few months, so.
Yeah. Do these happen? Somebody just asked, do these happen often? They happen. They've happened every Thursday for what feels like the past 15 years. Since the start of the pandemic. Somebody the other week, I can't remember who asked, somebody the other week said, are you guys going to change the name since we're not in isolation anymore. I don't think so.
I'm laughing at I'm through his eyes so far off balance.
It's not your fault. It's the subject's fault.
Yeah.
So you're going to keep the name, Timmy?
I mean, it
'Cause it's-
seems like the path of least resistance, Dale.
Because this isn't like, you know, I don't know.
Pitch me some names, Dale.
Isolation, integration.
Yeah, I don't know that that's better.
Yeah.
Yeah, George, get rid of the one keyword.
Yeah.
Oh, see, Timmy's marketing. So he's thinking
Yeah.
keywords. He's thinking,
Yeah, you're gonna throw out illustration. You think that that's the word that's gotta go?
we got to get rid of, okay.
Yeah, basically.
About organic.
Artists
John-
are still isolated even when we're like
yeah,
not under pandemic situations, so it still works.
Post-pandemic drawing.
yeah. John Nymeister calls it ISO, and
Yeah, that's
me and Alice started saying it to shorten it in conversation. But yeah, if anybody ever has a clever idea, send me an email.
Even if it's not related to the name, you just have a clever idea.
No. Somebody said illustration vaccination. That's pretty good. Yeah.
Oh, I know what's wrong.
This is the 5-minute warning.
What?
Yeah.
It's gonna take me 5 minutes just to correct what I've already done.
This should be a layup, you know? I'm not criticizing you, I'm criticizing me. Like, come on, man. Like, this is the easiest situation here.
Right.
And
Chris makes me nervous.
well,
It's
Chris,
good.
apparently Chris isn't thrilled because he just painted black all over his. So we can forget about him. That's not going to come of anything. Right?
Dale, when you said this is a lamp, I'm just curious. What about this photo do you think?
No, he's
makes
just
it
got such
easy?
he has so much attitude, and there's
Yeah.
good lighting. He's got a strong, just a good, a strong, it's an easy thing to draw, and yet here we are. Did you play like Little League or something, Timmy? You played football, right?
I did.
Someone's
Yeah.
tossed you an easy ball and it's gone like right through the hands.
Oh yeah, most of them. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, what have I done?
I think it's just good. He's intense, man. He's sort of intimidating.
Nah.
It's like, you better
Oh
not
my
mess
gosh.
up this drawing of me. I will haunt you.
That's it. It's the supernatural I'm worried about, that he's after me. Because he was really into the
Yeah.
mystic stuff.
Yep. Well, I always love the stories between him and like, oh gosh, why am I blanking on the author of Sherlock Holmes?
Yeah. Arthur Conan Doyle.
Thank you so much. Author Conan Doyle was always trying to refute everything that Houdini, because Houdini wanted to, contact his mom and all of that stuff. So it's always fun reading those stories.
No kidding.
Oh yeah.
What a killjoy. A guy who creates stories for a living, denying somebody else that.
Well, because he actually wanted it to be true, and then never, like, always ended up finding out that people were frauds, tricking people. So he was more offended that innocent people were getting tricked.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who's that? Houdini?
No.
You know, Arthur
no.
Conan Doyle.
Yeah,
But-
didn't he get involved with those two girls in the fairies that photographed the fairies?
Yeah.
Let the guy have his little fantasy.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Gina was right. Conan Doyle was pro-spiritualist. Houdini exposed the fakes because Houdini wanted it to be true so bad. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Houdini went around debunking those things.
Yeah.
All I think about is the Arrested Development Job. Job and what is it? The group of magicians who have excommunicated him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, not quite. Yeah. I remember reading that there was a lot of back and forth between Abbott Henderson Thayer and Teddy Roosevelt,
Huh.
because Thayer basically, he had lots of ideas about camouflage.
Yeah, he helped develop it in World War One.
Yeah, and he and his son wrote a book about it. And Roosevelt was like, I went up San Juan Hill. I'm president. You don't know anything about camouflage.
Well, and Thayer took it a little bit too far when he starts why flamingos are pink, because that way you couldn't see them against the sunset. And it's like, yeah, that doesn't work.
No kidding, really?
Yeah,
That's really funny.
he got really involved. Got kind of lost in it.
Okay, that was the timer. So if you're in the audience now, somebody just asked, do we post all the photos at the end? That is a common mistake for new drawers. Post them throughout. Post them now, and that way they're all up at the end, and you're not racing against the clock. So if you go to the link that I'm going to share in the chat, you'll be able to grab I'll just share the hashtag and the ad. But I recommend posting them to Instagram using hashtag illustration isolation and tag @visualartspassage. And at the end of the night, John's going to pull it up and we'll check them all out. It's always really fun to see what everybody's been up to. So post it now, don't wait. Even though everybody on the panel is still drawing, that doesn't mean you get to. Move on. Post it. Somebody asked to our story or to our feed. We're only able to show the feed. We're not able to do a tour of the story. So if you post it to your feed, it'll be included in the end part. If you want to post your story, we love it. It's really nice. It helps spread the word. But if you want to get featured on the episode tonight, post it to the feed, to the grid. Yeah.
So are we on to Emily Floge?
Yeah, we're moving on to the next one.
I gotta wash my hands. Let's see. Gotta get rid of this paper too.
Serious hair there.
For Emily or Houdini?
Both. I think that's the hair there. Early 20th century frizzy hair that goes everywhere.
Crazy hair.
Crazy hair, yeah.
Okay, so we're not using any of the reference photos you sent out. Is that right?
We are, there'll be,
On ours.
Where do I find this?
That was just to get you here, Dale.
How do I find this one?
Do you want me to text it to you, Dale?
Sure, if it's not like available anywhere.
It's on the website.
On the website.
Did I not pay the dues? Or?
You're actually behind on your dues. Your card was declined this month. No,
And
no, Dale. It was just a pivot. We're just trying to keep you on your toes. That's all.
Okay. All right.
sounds like drawing's hard.
Yeah.
You know what? I welcome tonight. I've been on the phone with UPS so much of today. They lost a painting, so
Oh
man,
sorry.
Not another one, right?
it's the one last week, but it's the second painting they've lost in less than a year.
thanks, COVID.
Hmm. Well, it made it to 30 miles to this person's house. It was like so close.
Ooh.
I was really hesitant of using UPS after you told me that. But I thought, well, I'm just sending to George. That's no big deal.
Well, you know, like they've been doing all right other times, but right now I'm so frustrated just trying to get somebody to talk to. So
Oh, yeah.
stressing me out. So tonight is a delight to just get to hang out and paint interesting people.
Like I've never had a problem with Amazon, and now I'm having nothing but problems with Amazon. Over Christmas, I ordered a new scanner, and I was visiting my mom, so I had to have them drop it in Texas. And good Lord, it just became this nightmare thing, and they never got it right. And when they finally delivered one, weeks later, it had something underneath the glass, so that would show up on every scan. I was like,
Oh
"Are
my
you
God.
kidding me?" And that just then it became a whole other ordeal. You know, it was insane.
Was it an Epson scanner?
Yeah, you know, super expensive thing.
Did they offer to send you a refurbished one?
Well, I don't want a refurb. I want a brand new one. You know, I want
Right.
what I ordered.
Is that what they were? Is that what they offered though?
No, they fought me every step of the way. And finally I was like, well, and they said, well, we'll send you a new one when you send this one back. I'm like, no, that's not the way it works. Because I've already paid for this one. Right. So you're gonna fix it. You're gonna send a new one. And when it shows up, I will send this one back. And they were like, okay. And it just, oh my God, it was a nightmare.
Yeah.
So fine, and I was like, I mean, well, I got my pound of flesh when I was yelling and screaming. But so finally, you know, and I was still having to scan stuff, you know, and I was just doing all this cleanup. So finally, I just when it was getting down to the wire, I rushed in, you know, and they got it right. Like, you know, sending it back, they did everything right, of course, you know. So I go and I deliver it. My sister drives me down there, and I run in. I turn this thing in, and they're like, "Oh yeah, just we scan this barcode." Boom, they do that, and then so then I go home and I call them and say, "Well, you know, it's been sent out, whatever." And they're like, "Okay," and I said, "I just want a refund." So they're like, "Okay, you know, you got a refund, blah blah blah." And then literally that like a couple hours later, they're like, you know what? Just keep the one that we sent you anyway, as sort of a, you know, our like, you know, your
Apology.
giving prize apology. And I'm like, really? I'd already sent it off. And then,
Oh,
I was like, wow, perfect timing, guys. So I got home, you know, back here in Florida, and ordered it again via B&H. I had it like in 2 days.
Oh my goodness.
So,
George,
yeah,
George,
never
la-
again.
George, our garage is like, the humidity is insane. And I had to get a dehumidifier last year
Right.
for our cars because like it'll cause rust on our cars. And I got like 4 insanely powerful dehumidifiers. They showed up and I was like, this is way overkill. And I should keep the money. So I was like, I'm gonna return them and get something less heavy duty. And it had to do, this is over a year ago. It had to do exact same situation. They were just like, just keep them. But it was like, it was an insane situation. I was like, are you guys sure?
Wow.
This is like a lot. This is like a lot of money and equipment.
Well, next time I have to do it,
Yeah,
I'm going to let you be my middle guy.
it worked out fine for me.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, this is great. John, you've got one of them, I think now.
What?
Do you remember that? The dehumidifier, when I became dehumidifier rich last year.
Oh, yeah. I think I do.
Yeah.
You're like selling them on the street, you know.
I might
No,
have,
let me,
You're out hawking them.
I gave John the old one.
Nice.
Everybody's basement flooded in Kansas City like a year and a half ago.
Is
know,
this
it's
where all
really
the
funny.
art supplies?
Was that also when the offices got flooded?
Not the warehouse flood, George.
Yeah,
that
God,
was,
that was, geez.
that was a
Oh my
nightmare.
God. Yeah. Man, that was so wrong.
John and I were storing everything for the Illustration Academy in this warehouse. And we got a call and we've been told it had flooded. And John, I remember when we got there, we were like, wonder how bad it is. And you got up to the top step of this loading dock and there was a dead fish.
Oh my
God.
God.
It was like, oh, this is not good.
Yeah, this is really bad.
this can't be good.
And then somebody texted us and said, watch out for the snakes. And it was like, oh, great.
Oh,
awesome.
Yeah.
Man. Well, and then another Amazon story is last October, I ordered the Barry Smith signed special edition of his new graphic novel that he's been working on for like 15 years, you know, Monsters, signed edition. Everybody's waiting breathless for this thing to come out. And they finally sent me my copy, and they had just like basically thrown it into a box with no padding, nothing. And it's all dinged up. It's all, you know, the corners are bent. I'm like, whoa, really? And I'm not alone. It's like everybody got dogged.
that sucks.
The same thing happened to Ray, right?
Yep.
Speaking of lost drawers,
Well, I was thinking of Ray, did he order one? I'm thinking of Ray Lago.
oh, I was thinking of Ray. I thought you were telling me it was Benia.
Oh, Ray Lago.
Never mind.
It's funny, John. I used to ride every night, every Wednesday night with this big group of cyclists who do this like 50-mile ride at night, or towards the end of the day on in the summer. And it's a really good group. And just as we were about to have my daughter, our first child, it was like that week. I'm like, I think this is the week. And a couple of the guys were like, walked over and they're like, "Hey, it's been really great knowing you, man. We'll never see you again." And you know what? I was really offended. I'm like, dude, really? Come on, man. They were so right. I haven't
Oh,
seen
yeah.
them since then,
Yeah.
24 years ago.
Anchors, but
Nice knowing you. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he
So,
never rode again.
no, well, not with them. So maybe in 24 or so years, we'll be seeing Ray again.
Drawing with another group of artists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the next pandemic.
I think this is hilarious. We were talking about Amazon and somebody just said Anaconda with J-Lo and Ice Cube is probably my favorite Amazon story.
It's funny.
Brilliant.
Totally 100% on topic. I loved that movie when I was little. I
Anaconda?
loved it.
Wow.
Yeah. I was like 8 when that came out. That was thrilling. Owen Wilson is in it.
Oh man.
Yeah. 10 minutes left. Yeah.
Anaconda is where Wes Anderson discovered Owen Wilson, obviously, right?
Yeah.
I thought it was really, or was it?
No, I'm kidding.
Yeah. That's why every frame.
True.
That's why every frame of Anaconda is perfectly symmetrical.
Symmetrical, yeah. It's the lives that are out of balance, though.
Yeah. 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 Wes Anderson's lesser known film, Anaconda.
I was like, really?
Just putting it together.
We should
Yeah.
give Wes Anderson credit for the Resident Evil movies too.
Yeah. He really grew up as an artist.
I prefer his earlier work.
Yeah.
Yeah, more energy to it.
Do you I know you're joking about it, but do you like his older work?
No,
more
I
than
don't.
his new
I
stuff?
really don't.
Yeah, like Bottle Rocket and
No, I hated that movie. Did you like
Yeah, I
it?
couldn't get into Bottle Rocket,
Oh,
but I
hated
love
I
love his other movies.
I
Yeah.
loved Bottle Rocket, but I was like in high school, and I think it was one of those movies. Maybe I haven't seen it since I was in high school. It could totally be one of those movies where you're like, if I pretend I like this, I'm gonna seem smarter.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
I don't know that, but yeah, it's a possibility.
The Royal Tenenbaums won me over.
That's my favorite.
Me too.
Yeah, that one.
Like, it's not as self-conscious as the other ones. I mean, I love the other ones too, but listen to me using self-conscious.
I still like her.
Wow.
So
What's that, Bill?
I still like Rushmore.
Oh
I
yeah,
just-
Rushmore.
I like the plays that they put on inside Rushmore.
Oh yeah.
You know, the Rambo kind of
Uh-huh.
thing.
I saw, Bill, on that, I saw recently a trailer for somebody they did a staging of, it's called Aliens on Ice.
Yeah, I heard about that.
It's supposed to be great. I know it's like forever. I bet they're not even doing it. I bet they haven't done it for years, but
Aliens on Ice.
it just looks like a bunch of people who have no idea how to ice skate
Well, they're aliens.
performing aliens.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yeah.
I just rewatched that the other day. Not Aliens on Ice, but Aliens.
It's over, man.
Game over, man.
Game over, man.
What are we gonna do now? Build campfire, sing song?
That's Bill Paxton, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, rest in peace, right? Did he
I just
die?
kept think- yeah, I just
Did
kept
pass
thinking
away,
of
yeah.
Weird Science too when I was watching that. Because he was the brother in Weird Science.
Really?
Yeah, he was Chet. She turns him into like a big blob of like vomit or something like that. I don't know.
Can I say, whenever Twister is on, like if it's just on the TV, I always stop and I would watch it like every time.
Yeah.
That was a great one. That's first time I think I saw Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh, I
maybe.
love Philip Seymour
Okay.
Hoffman in that.
He's so great.
I watched
Uh-oh.
No, you're good still.
I watched The Towering Inferno the other day.
Oh, wow.
That's such a good movie.
I just, whenever I think of that movie, all I think about is SCTV and Joe Flaherty as Charlton Heston with the Towering Inferno thing they were doing. And he comes up with that little car and he's like, yelling up on the bullhorn, Towering Inferno. And he says something like, something about, when I say jump on the count of three, when I say you cut up to the top of the Inferno, and he said, what did he say? Jump. He said jump. And it's like this bird's eye view of him sitting there and these bodies boom, boom, just landing all around it. Oh my God, it was great.
Oh, hilarious.
So funny. It's jump. He said jump.
Someone said their favorite Bill Paxton is Near Dark. I haven't seen that.
Near Dark. I haven't even heard of that.
He's good in was it True Lies?
Oh yeah.
As the
That's a
car,
great one.
salesman.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, yes. Oh my God. It's funny, I just watched that recently too.
Yeah, I played that for Mary, my daughter, recently, and she was loving it.
I haven't seen that in forever. I could watch that again. That was fun.
Yeah. It's been actually unavailable for a long time, and they finally re-released it where you could watch it again.
I hate it when you're in the mood to watch a movie and then you can't find it anywhere. Like you can't get the DVD, it's not streaming.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch of stuff that they just had where they're like, this is disappearing. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was available,
Yeah, right.
So I watched Starman again the other day, and
I'm really laughing about Cassandra saying that. It's like, yeah, I remember that as a kid, and Disney would say, yeah, we're going to re-release this in 7 years.
Yeah,
That's right.
totally.
When it mattered, you had to wait for it.
God.
Like that.
I just watched Lost Boys again the other night.
With Kiefer Sutherland.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which my husband and I always looked up like the fun trivia facts on IMDb. And what blows my mind is Kiefer Sutherland looks like he's mid-late 20s and he was only 17 in that movie.
Wow.
Dale, wasn't that film like your mood board for for your I don't know what era that would be for you?
For his hair in the 80s?
Yeah, for your hair specifically.
Let's just be honest. It was Spinal Tap, I mean.
I'm ready to take it to 11. That's all.
I thought it was a straight documentary. I didn't realize it was comedy. Right.
The Spinal Tap, the Dale Stefano story.
It looked pretty good to me.
All right, Lee, I will have to check out Near Dark then. They said if you like Lost Boys, you must see Near Dark.
I'll just remind everybody in the audience, because we haven't had too many questions yet. If you do have a question, or if you're like, what are these people talking about?
Or you want to change the subject.
Yeah, or you want to change the subject. You'll be blown away. You'll be blown away by how much control you actually have.
You could shape the future.
At least of this program. Oh, it looks cool, George.
Thanks.
Mhm.
Somebody said, okay, change subject. No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh, okay, puppet.
Oh, thanks, Dale.
Yeah, it's puppet. Oh, thanks, Bill.
So after I sent you guys that Super Dave Osborne clip, I went and watched a few more.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
He was
So
awesome.
funny. I just liked how John went up with the having met.
Oh, Evil Knievel?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good story.
That was
Good
hilarious.
story.
Isn't Super Dave Osborne Albert Brooks' brother?
Yes, he
I think you're right.
Yeah.
That
Bob,
blows my mind.
Somebody's asking for tips how to illustrate frizzy hair.
Scrub through this.
Dribble.
Dribbles.
Yeah, just do a
Don't
lot
worry
of
about, don't worry about the
Dribblings.
exact shape, just lighter touch on the edge. What do you think?
If
Yeah.
the other elements are a little more accurate and tighter, then
Yeah.
the kind of scribbly stuff actually comes off better.
This Roseanne, is this Rosanna Dana?
I know.
Ha,
Never mind. What's this I hear about natural racehorses?
Oh,
We've got 1 minute left with this pose, so
oh,
get it
I'm having
in.
fun with this one.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, a fun one.
Can always come back to them.
Yeah.
Here's a question. Somebody asked a question. I made a promise that I didn't follow through on last week. They said, where can I find the list of artist resources that we talked about last week? Last week I said we would post them.
Okay, good luck, Timmy.
We watched the video from last week.
You could. Technically, they are listed there.
So what do you
Yeah.
mean artist resources?
I think a lot of artist names were listed last week, and a couple people wanted a
Oh,
list put together.
What did we talk about? I forget.
pay attention, pay more attention. I don't know.
Bill's coming in with the hard truths.
I'm sorry. I'm just mean.
Well-mannered Bill throwing
I
down.
get it though. It's hard. You're drawing and you hear a lot of names and it's hard to look up and catch them.
Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you, thank you, Cassandra, for
yeah. Just,
stepping in there.
thanks for taking the edge off Bill's just
Yeah,
knife edge hostility.
bad
We have
cop.
no gasoline here. I
I
can't.
know
go
it's
anywhere.
more me. Like I wanted to remember them too because I was like, oh, some of these I need to look up and I'm busy drawing and then I don't remember. So
I don't
I just-
remember talking about artists. Wait,
I just thought it'd be funny to say it. So,
who did we talk about? Probably someone who wasn't here. I think we were
Yeah.
talking about Chris.
If you're new, if this is your first time joining, Bill is the Gordon Ramsay of the
Oh my
panel.
God, the exact opposite. He's like the nicest guy in the world.
that's hilarious.
I've
Look, we
regularly-
we really have no gasoline here though. Like George, can you get gas down in Florida?
I haven't had to fill up, so but it's Florida, so probably there's no gas.
There's like I went to 3 or 4 stations. There's no gasoline. I saw people in line the other day filling up buckets and plastic
Okay.
bags. and shit.
Yeah, I know. The plastic bags is like insane.
That's incredible.
It's like
Yikes.
I wish they
That's why
just cut off the
That's why,
pump.
that's why we can't have nice things.
Right.
It's also thinning the herd. Just consider it thinning the herd.
I feel like
Yeah.
some people need to go back to preschool. You learn to share.
Here's a question from Zamara. Video games. What video games did you grow up with? Zamara grew
Pong.
up with.
Bong!
I was gonna say Pong. George,
Did
maybe.
you say ball, George?
Pinball.
Pinball, that's right.
Yeah.
Pinball.
I really love
Arkanoid.
Super Mario Brothers.
Arkanoid. Galaga.
Yeah, asteroids.
Yeah.
Joust.
The kind you had to put a quarter in.
That's right. And Joust. And the thing was, we would go down to it was called the gold mine, and we'd go down there and you wear tennis shoes and it was carpeted and you drag your feet on the carpet. This is regular old pinball machines. Drag your feet on the carpet, build up a static charge, and you could walk up to the machines and like touch them with your quarter and it would start them up. Free
Oh my
game.
God, I wish I knew that.
Yeah.
Oh
You had to
no.
be careful because if they caught you doing it, they would throw you out.
I want to try that now.
Yeah, it works. It doesn't work on videos. It would like the screen would like cut off and then it would power back up, but you wouldn't get a free game.
So,
Oh, it's the old school pinball games, George.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try it. A buddy of mine has a What kind of pinball machine is it? Whatever, a pinball machine.
I was always too honest to try to do something like that. Like I just,
I wasn't.
you were a criminal.
I was looking for those opportunities.
God, I wish I'd hung out with you at those.
Still am. Thanks, George.
Yeah.
For
But
the most part,
my brother had a copy of Anarchist Cookbook and all that stuff.
That's awesome.
He was younger than I was.
No, that's fantastic. That's funny. My little brother was like that too, George.
Yeah.
The bad influenced little brother.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
okay, so we're at 20 minutes. It's time to move on to the
All
next. We're well
Oh, I
over
thought you were going
20.
to tell us we get another 15.
No, we're on to the next one, which means if you're drawing with us, post your work now. We're moving on.
George,
Third
if you
pose.
shuffle your feet, and touch your drawing, you can have another 20 minutes.
He's not wearing tennis shoes.
God, I wish I had thought of that, George, as a kid.
I don't know how I learned about it.
I know, I was going to ask, how did you figure that out?
It was just there, word would go around,
That's brilliant.
So what's the next one?
Iron Hat.
It's the fisherman
Look
guy.
at the screen, the fisherman, the New Haven.
Yeah.
fisherman.
Okay.
So George, you found this reference to Fisherman Dude?
Yeah, and Emily and a whole bunch of stuff. All right. Well, let's see. So we're doing the fisherman guy.
Mhm.
Correct.
He looks like a character out of a Dickens novel.
Yeah.
Oh,
It looks
man.
like something from the Wild West.
Yeah, very cool.
Oh,
Video game question. This was not the right night for the video game question. I think most of our passionate gamers are not here. Cassandra, are you a gamer?
No, my husband
Yeah.
just tries to get me interested in games,
Okay.
but I just, I only know ones like Gree and Original Super Mario Brothers.
Oh.
are you Timmy?
Not really. No. I don't ever really have the time to dedicate to it, but I do appreciate. There are a couple games I've played. Me and Alice played a game for a while that was called In Silence. That was usually the games I like are not I would say like the mainstream, like Halo. I don't know. I just don't play the big games. I just don't have a lot of time. I like the ones that are the ones that I play are like really pretty, I think often weird. The game In Silence, if anybody's looking for a really fun kind of outside the box game, it's where you're in the woods and you're with you can play with like up to 6 people, but you have to hide from a monster that's loose and it can hear you. And the way it works is your audio. So like Alice and I will play, your audio is relative to your distance from the other character. And you're whispering because you don't want the monster to hear you. And so it's a really creepy game.
Well, that's kind of cool.
It's a really cool concept. I love it. We called it, we did it as a Visual Arts Passage team building game. John, we assumed you didn't want to play.
Well, I think y'all assumed that because you didn't want to die.
Yeah, I can only imagine John being like, "Hey, where are you guys?"
Yeah, I'm over here. I see you, Timmy.
I can't. Is it a right click?
I was a big fan of Untitled Goose Game.
What's
I
it
haven't
called?
heard of that.
I never heard of
Untitled
it.
Goose Game, really?
No.
Oh, it's hilarious. It's this like gaming company, like a couple of guys just made it as a joke for their office. And yeah, I would honk at everybody. You're just a goose that is just annoying the heck out of a village. And you go around, you try to take the gardener's hoe and throw it in the river. You steal the picnic. You're turning on the hose. You like trip a little kid and take the glasses off his face. You have like a list of tasks that you're supposed to accomplish.
So it's kind of sort of a Grand Theft Auto light.
Yeah, you're a total punk goose, but it's so fun.
It's the GTA of the
You did
goose
say
world.
goose, right?
Yeah, goose.
I have never played it because I can't use those controllers. It just doesn't happen.
This one you could. I'm not good at games, and this one you could.
Grand Theft Avian.
Well, I would Avian. I love this is my bad parenting moment, I guess, but I loved watching my kids play Grand Theft Auto. It was so funny.
You get the Dad of the Year award for that.
Oh my God, it was so funny. You know,
I was of the age group that everybody was pretty certain that video games were gonna destroy us.
yeah.
Video games were a big part of my childhood, but were also by most people in charge, like, most authority figures in my life were like strongly against. It's what I imagined your generation's parents thought about the Rolling Stones, right?
Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah. Mine was like, they didn't want us playing Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, well, only some of you went out and did that stuff in real life.
I remember when Christmas, my parents got my brothers and I Mortal Kombat, and they had no idea what it was. And we started playing, and we're like, finish them. And then my eyes were saucers. They were like, oh, what did we get you? We've destroyed you.
Yeah, I did. Cassandra, I did replay it not long ago, and I was kind of like, yeah, this was pretty intense for the age at which I wanted to play it. Yeah.
My parents thought it was just like Taekwondo fighting. They had no idea.
Yeah. Like, I think at the grade school I went to, like, metal music was against the rules.
That was the thing when I was growing up too. And look how I turned out.
Somebody had like a Metallica album at our school and like got in big trouble. I mean, it's kind of weird when you think about it now. It's not kind of weird, it's totally weird. Yeah.
All right, guys, I'm going to step out. So I got my 2 drawings in. I think I posted them right. So George, good to see you. Welcome.
See you, man.
Thank you.
Thanks
Chris.
for having you, Chris.
All right. We'll see you guys a little later.
All right,
Take care, man.
Thank you for joining.
Hi,
Always
Chris.
a pleasure.
take care.
I didn't post any of the other drawings yet.
Oh, you get points off.
It's like, do they really think I want people to see those?
I know.
Somebody said, I remember my mom confiscating my Madonna cassettes after a PTA meeting.
That's a riot. Yeah. Right.
Yeah. I mean, that happened.
You know,
Madonna.
worried as a parent, you're trying to do the right thing.
And they went to I mean, if you sent your kid to the right school, you went into a PTA meeting and they told you, take this from your kids. It's terrible.
Yeah, do not let them have this.
Did
Yeah.
anybody here ever get in trouble for something they drew in elementary school or any point in school?
That's a really great and scary question, Dale.
Oh, that is a good question.
No, but tell us about your experience.
No, didn't has anybody? George,
Yeah.
you must have.
They called my dad because the teacher gave an assignment for us to draw an animal, and I drew in pastels and stuff. I did a wombat. This elementary school, it was like, I don't know, 4th grade or something.
Yeah.
And they called my dad and they said, we think there's something wrong with your son.
Fantastic. That's
Because
fantastic.
the other kids are doing, puppies and baby chickens and whatever. And my dad's like, are you serious? Like, you're really, like, you're getting on him about this? He's like,
Awesome.
he went the extra mile. He did a really cool thing, and you're giving him grief about it. My dad was all over him, man. It was
That's
good.
awesome.
That's
Nice to
great.
back you up.
So that was mine.
Just one, huh?
Well,
Well,
I
that I
got in
remember.
trouble for mirror writing in elementary school.
For
Oh
mirror.
yeah.
Yeah, I had everything backwards. And so like the teacher just thought that that was horrible and that I was a mess. And my mom, like, she was just kind of like, is she bleeding? Is she still doing okay? When you hold it to her, the answers, and they were like, well, yeah, the answers are right, but still. And she was like, Da Vinci did it. She'll figure it out.
That was my son. You know, he could do the math in his head, and he put the right answers down. They're like, no, we need to see the process. And it's like, you know, it just so turned him off to everything about school because he was being penalized for getting it right.
Right.
And so he just sort of gave up, you know, like, way to go, school.
They have to have room for different types of
Yeah.
intelligence, different types of problem solving.
Well, I definitely had some amazing teachers that recognized that maybe my brain wasn't working the same way. And like that was some of the best learning experiences I had. And I think sometimes it's hard to figure out, like, you know, maybe it's overwhelming for the teacher. I don't know. But I felt very lucky for the teachers that were like, oh, we can work with this.
Yeah.
When you said mirror writing, I thought you meant like you wrote on mirrors or something.
That was my reaction too.
I was like,
oh, wait
As a child of the
What did you
80s,
write?
automatically thinks of like the Bloody Mary. Do you guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I don't think I ever got in trouble for anything like that. I got in trouble for like fighting and
Man, I was in fights all the time.
You would get in fights, Bill?
Really?
oh yeah.
Wow. You don't seem like a fighter to me.
Well, I was an easy target, you know.
Aw.
And then later on, when I got a little older, I was a sucker for getting goaded into getting into a fight with somebody. But yeah.
Lover, not a fighter.
What's that?
I was a lover, not a fighter.
Yeah.
Dale, that's easy to say because nobody wanted to mess up your hair all through high school. I could see you being the most loved student.
Oh, definitely not that. It's
For you.
just no. My brother was the fighter, not me.
Yeah, I was just easy to goad into something, you know.
Yeah,
I was dumb.
I don't believe that. I had dyslexia through most of. I mean, I guess I still have dyslexia. I had to train through it. Dyslexia.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Anybody else have dyslexia? I guess that's
probably
that's kind of a personal question, I guess.
I was gonna say.
Does anybody else want to admit that they have dyslexia with me?
I mean, I was gonna say on, which is no backwards.
Yeah,
Oh, that's pretty good.
yeah.
No dyslexia.
But I had dyslexia when they were just like, this kid can't read. That
Before
was-
school.
Yeah.
yeah, it wasn't like it took a very long time for people to figure it out. It was a concerning thing for my parents.
Is it an issue now?
No, I don't think that I think about it. I don't think that I think about it really ever. I think I'm a very slow reader, but no, I think it could have been. I think it could have been had I not, I was lucky. I had to go to I had to go to a special teacher for a really long time that like specialized in dealing with people who have it. And so I think I'm probably, I don't know what the typical story is like, I guess, for your like average person that has it. But my experience is that I was lucky and like somebody helped me work through it.
But did you ever read Malcolm Gladwell's books? Because he had an like chapter about people that suffered from dyslexia, there's a significant population that are very successful because they failed a lot in their learning process, that they realized that like it's not an end all. And so like the guy of Virgin Air, he's dyslexic, but he had no problem just trying everything to see what works because he was used to failing and picking himself back up.
Yeah, the stat that I've heard anecdotally, I've never actually seen it, was that, and it might have been, could totally be something that people told me to make me feel more confident, is they would say, they used to say if you're dyslexic, you were like twice as likely to, I think it was to go to jail, but you're also twice as likely to be, they later found out you're actually twice as likely to start your own business too.
Oh, wow.
So it is like, it is an interesting thing that people don't.
But it might be those businesses they started that got them sent to jail too, though.
Yeah, that's mostly white collar crime still. Yeah,
Well, doesn't matter as long as you get the money.
yeah.
John's like sitting around going, now I understand the spreadsheets.
Yeah.
Oh, I need to turn this upside down.
But John, my dad, when he was teaching me, I remember him trying to teach me the alphabet. He was like, this is A. And I'd be like, A. And he'd be like, this is B. And I'd be like, B. This is C. And I'd be like, okay. And he'd be like, what is this? And I'd be like, I have no idea. And he's like, it's A. We would be there forever.
That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah, it didn't. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, I feel for anybody that would have to go through that without like being able to go see a specialist. It would be very difficult.
I went to a speech therapist for a long time when I was a kid.
John Van Fleet, Bill, he has dyslexia with numbers.
Oh, he does?
Really?
Yeah. He transposes numbers all the time and he has to check himself.
No kidding.
Or at least he used to.
Yeah.
Maybe,
That could be a real disadvantage if you're younger and you're giving girls your phone number,
Yeah.
Like, why hasn't she called me?
I keep calling, she won't answer the phone.
Yeah, that too. Speech therapist, and they thought I was hyperactive.
That's because of all the fights you're getting into.
Or it was more attention, like it was attention deficit kind of thing, The fights were, I think, just I was a kid from a different school, I changed schools
Oh yeah.
and so
See, drawing is what got me through that.
Was the great
Yeah.
equalizer, right?
Well, it's my drawings have always been a much better ambassador for me than I have.
yeah.
It's an easy way in, you guys all know, I'm sure. You draw a picture of the teacher in a compromising position and you've won everybody over.
Well, I always wanted people.
Felicity, don't do that.
Right. What's he's taking?
Yeah, I was a geek and comic book geek, but I ran track and all that stuff.
Oh.
But being able to draw and running track let me glide.
Yep.
I mean, part of the reason I wanted to draw was I think I wanted people to like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, get all that positive reinforcement early on, right?
Yeah, well, I saw a kid in school who could draw like comic book covers and stuff, and everybody was like super nice to him and they wanted a drawing from him. And so to me, it was like, oh, well, if I could do that, then,
Yeah. Doesn't really go away either, does it? I mean, here we are.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, and
The thing is that as you know, that can't be the only thing. That's all.
no,
Yeah.
Yeah.
no.
That might be sort of the beating heart of the whole thing, but if you're going to survive, if you want to make a living doing this, then you've got to.
Right.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, I don't know how, but George, I stumbled across, I think, some old Illustration Academy material that you had put up at some point about your trip. The blues music
Yeah.
project you did. Oh my God,
Oh, yeah, that works so cool.
dude,
Yeah.
that is just that's
I can retire off all the money I made on that stuff.
yeah. Well, just like the artists that you were drawing, right?
Yeah. Exactly, you know.
Yeah, you were staying true to the art form. But wow,
Yeah.
wow,
Oh, cool. I'm glad you liked it.
oh my, like it.
No, it's great stuff.
I was just, wow, what a geek. I was showing my wife, and just after a while I saw the look in her eye. I'm like, okay, we're good.
That was one of those trips of a lifetime, you know.
How long was that?
Me. I was like, I think I was only on the road for like 2 weeks,
Okay.
something like that. And I just, I had rented a car and just, my mom was from Mississippi. So I drove in and stayed at my grandmother's and my aunt for that. That was like home base. And then I just ranged in. But
Oh,
man,
so you have family there.
yeah, not
Oh.
well, not anymore, but I did.
Yeah.
At that time. Yeah. So yeah. And I went in totally cold. Like I didn't have any, like, I didn't have a plan. It was like, oh, let's just see what happens, and everybody was so nice. So cool.
Have you seen that there's a documentary on the really, really weird thing? Two pairs of people, I think they're pairs of people, were trying to track down Son House. They hadn't been heard from for years.
Yeah.
And they found him almost simultaneously
Huh.
and kind of brought him back.
Was it Son House or John Hurt?
Oh, maybe it was John Hurt now that you mention it. Yeah.
Yeah. And he was like, basically tending this man's cattle,
Yep.
And yeah, and that was the place that when I went, that was still there. And so I got to go see that shotgun shack he was living in and everything,
No kidding.
and met his son there. And man, everybody in Avalon, it was still a dirt road when I went, and everybody remembered John Hurt. They were all just like, oh my God. And I met his sister-in-law. And it was funny. I was trying to find a place, I was like going into Avalon, but I was like, man, how am I going to find anything to do with Hurt? And I remember going up this hill, it was raining, and I remember turning the corner and there was a mailbox that said Hurt. I'm like, oh my God.
Get out of here.
Yeah. And it was his sister-in-law. And so she had me come in and I mean, real seriously, a little shotgun shack, and I was sitting in this beat up old chair, and she was like, oh, Brother John was so sweet. And she goes, he would sit in that chair you're sitting in and play me those songs. And I was just like, oh my God,
Oh my God. Oh.
Hey, so we just hit 20 minutes. Couple minutes ago, actually. So we're actually over. Got some bonus time on that one.
Damn.
Be sure to post your work. Hashtag illustration isolation and visual arts passage. Just a reminder,
That's on Instagram or Facebook?
On Instagram. I do recommend joining the Facebook group, and you can share there, but tonight we're only looking at Instagram. And just be sure to use those tags. I just posted them in the chat. You can also grab them from our website, and post now. Don't wait till the end. There will be no refreshing. Those of you who were with us last week know why. It was painfully slow.
That was a fun drawing.
Yeah, cool.
Photo.
somebody asked where we're all based and we're all practicing artists. I'll answer the second one. Everybody on the panel is a pro working artist, and they've got some pretty serious accolades to back them all up. Does everybody want to go around the circle and tell us where you're tuning in from? Bill?
Florida.
George is in Florida. Bill, where are you tuning in from?
I'm in North Carolina, Carborough.
John?
Kansas City.
Cassandra?
Richmond, Virginia.
Nice. And Dale?
Just outside of Boston.
Boston. Nice. And I'm in Kansas City with John too.
Dale lives right below Gillette Stadium, I think.
Right below.
Last week somebody said, do you all hang out?
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
This is it.
What's the hashtag again?
Illustration isolation.
Well, as you can probably tell, we all know each other.
Yeah.
People I like to hang out with.
Here's a question. Did you ever face a point in your lives where you thought this might not work out? How did you fight that feeling?
Oh gosh, yeah.
Oof.
This
That was
morning,
like
who
5
doesn't?
minutes ago.
Yeah.
Does anybody have a good anecdote for that?
Well, I was always told that, most people suggest for an artist is to have a plan B.
no.
I had
Never had a-
I had no plan B. Let's put
Yeah,
it.
me neither.
It was like I was hell bent on making this work.
Yeah. This is my plan B.
Yeah. Show the photograph and you'll see why.
And you'll see why
Yeah.
it was planned. It had to be plan B.
Here, I have a question that follows up that what you said, John. Do you think it's true though to say that while I know success is great and fun and all, but had you just figured out how to just simply make it work, would you be happier? Like, would you still be happy, I guess? Because then that makes plan B seem really silly, right? Because if even failure means you're going to enjoy it, I guess that's the question.
I don't understand.
So I've met actors who have not succeeded yet, right? Those are the only types of actors I've met, and they say I don't have to become an amazing actor. I enjoy doing what I'm doing,
Well,
and that makes it my plan A, and it makes it work. Does that make sense?
yeah, I think there's nothing wrong with it, but that's
Yeah.
not to put like a too fine a point on this. And
Uh-huh.
I don't mean this as aggressive as it may sound, but that's not who's in this room.
Now, this is our livelihood.
We can't really answer that question. And there's no judgment attached to that. It's just that, we've all figured out how to make a living doing this. Maybe it's not exactly the way it's funny, success.
Mhm.
I think success I've redefined it a lot of times in my life. I think all of you probably have.
Yeah.
And it's never the at least for me, it's never been the golden sunshiny moment that you pictured it being. Even the best moments have had very deep periods of difficulty attached to them. So, success is, I think, just being able to continue doing what it is you want to do, right?
Yeah, because it depends on what your idea of success is. Because for me, it was never oh, I want to make a ton of money. I just wanted to be able to hopefully get close to drawing as well as my heroes,
Right.
Yeah. And it's an incredibly frustrating thing. And it's interesting when you think about it, because I think every one of us here just kept getting back on that horse, when it seemed like the odds were against us, just this dogged determination to just keep going, because, well, part of it was as hard as it was also, when it was good, nothing else came close, just felt so damn good when it works,
The
Well,
thing
also-
is, I'm sorry, Cassandra, go ahead.
Well, I was just going to say, I definitely don't think I followed the traditional path. And for some people, what I considered I was a success story because I was doing art for a grocery store for 15 years, but there was nothing fancy about it. My name wasn't publicly on anything, but I got to paint. So that was awesome. And then I just kind of learned how to adapt as I went. So I think you may have to adjust your expectations and what you consider, and think outside of the box a bit.
Yeah. Is your dream to be an artist, or is your dream to be an artist that has 100,000 Instagram followers? Right. Or is your dream to be the artist that you think is good, or an artist who is adored? Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really interesting. I thought I listened to an interview with Martin Short, and he talked about throughout his life, he's had a system of grading where he is at. And it's I'll butcher it now, but it was 8 categories that he rated himself on to determine where he felt like he was at with life. And because he felt like he didn't want to use his entertainment career as his only barometer of success.
Right.
And so part of it was friendships. Are my friendships well? Is my money okay? Am I spending time with my family? And he would give himself all these different grades. Because I think if you're only valuing, I don't know. I'm not an illustrator, but I personally think that you shouldn't assess your value only on your career,
Yeah.
Well, if I did that, then I wouldn't think that I'm successful. I would.
But don't you think young people kind of think that way sometimes?
Well, it was always viewed in my family as success was financial success, but my view of success was doing what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
When I got my first job and I got to draw and paint, regardless of how much money I was making, to me that was wow, this is that success at that moment.
Yeah, I might be projecting that one, because that's obviously, if I haven't made it clear, that's my problem.
Right. Did I get to teach
What do you mean?
people? That to me is a really important part of what I care about.
Yeah.
Working with other people, and I gave someone an assignment the other day, and they did it, and they did a great job, and I was like, wow, that's really cool. That was and as a teacher, I don't know how you guys feel, but when my students or former students do really well, that is really a positive for me.
Yeah.
I love seeing that, or even friends,
Yeah.
But I don't know. I sold a couple drawings that I did in here yesterday, and then actually all 3 drawings that I did in here, And they're, you know, they're not very much money, but it was really nice to sell them. I know the person who bought them is going to be happy with them, and they're going to live somewhere else. You know, they're doing their job.
And they got a nice home.
Yeah, they got a nice home. They did their job. They went out, they got a job. They moved in. Like, you know,
The kids are all right.
yeah, it's like, go out and do your job, you know. And then I just look at the other ones in the drawer and I'm like, why aren't you doing your job? Your brother made it.
You didn't. You didn't make us well, Dad.
Right, your fault. But I felt successful when I was doing graphic design for a co-op market in Carrboro, and I was drawing and painting, and you know, my son was really young. I mean, it was fun, you know. It was, I don't know.
Well, you know, throughout your career, you're constantly reevaluating your priorities anyway, and the things that you know you want when you're younger, and you know, whether you get them or not, you know, it alters. That all changes constantly. And it's like you get, you know, it becomes a reassessment constantly, and you know, things that you really thought were important all of a sudden aren't that important, and you realize that so much of it really is just the journey. You know, like, you know, what are you getting out of the work? And I have to tell my students this all the time, like, look, if you're looking at this as just a job, I think that's a really bad, not a very good way to look at it, because that one, there are just a lot easier jobs out there where you don't have to show up, you know, mentally and physically like this, and you get paid better.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, so, you know, if you're doing it for the money, it's not a very good thing, because it really has to be, if you love, you know, do you love drawing? Do you love painting? Because that really is the barometer. It's like, that's what you're doing. And if you don't love it, I just don't see it being worth it.
Right.
Totally agree.
If you don't love it, you can't compete.
Right.
I truly think that want outpaces talent all the time.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
The people that really love it are the ones that we look at and go, oh, they're so talented. You have no idea how hard those people have worked.
I know, it's like, oh, you know, you have such a gift. It's like, wow, this is the most expensive, like, painful gift I've ever had to like give myself.
I think
how hard I've worked on this gift.
I think we said it last week. It's hard work. Hard work beats talent when talent hardly works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
hey,
it. What is it Chuck Close said? Not something amount of perspiration, and the other is, you know, inspiration. 1% inspiration and whatever perspiration. 90.
Chuck Close said that, like, you know, inspirations for amateurs. The rest of us just can start working.
Yeah.
You know.
That's it.
I mean.
Oh, my favorite thing to say is to inflate the percentage on, you know, 98% of it's just showing up.
Yeah, that's the Woody Allen thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I think that's Woody Allen. You know, 99% is just showing up.
Oh, I hadn't heard that. I didn't know that was his thing.
Well, I think that, and I know George will probably say the same thing, Bill. Dale's probably there at this point. I mean, Dale's a little bit younger than us, and Bill's a little bit younger than George and I. But what I think about now is different. I guess our targets always change, but being good, it was like, first it was being competent and being professional, and then getting as good as you could possibly get. All I think about now is, how can I be better? Even more so than the beginning of my career.
Yeah.
I just want to be better than I am right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
I want this drawing to be as good as I can make it. And
John,
then,
yeah.
You know,
Oh, it just seems like that's a healthy way to improve. Like, because like it's like I don't know. When I think of like creative improvement, I think of like weightlifting. Like I know that might not be relatable to many people, but like I lift weights, and if I want to lift more weights, it has to be done over an incremental amount of time. And if I just look at people who can lift twice as much as I can lift, I can't just automatically get there.
Right.
But all I can do is compare myself to what I was doing the day before.
Right.
Right.
Comparing myself to, using the other person that's like, well, years ahead of me in experience, it might only just make it harder. But I mean, it kind of depends on where you're at too, because we've talked about this before. It's like that doesn't mean don't look at better art, surround yourself
Yeah.
with talent. Don't beat yourself up though when you can't. I don't know. That's kind of a fine line. I think John and Audrey really made it interesting because that's also, I think, kind of generational. It's different generationally. The healthier I think there are different generations are healthier at comparing themselves to their peers and stuff.
Yeah.
We were just, I don't know if we were talking about this last night, study hall, but we were talking about people thinking about their portfolio, thinking about how they're going to enter the industry. And it seems like most people are really, their focus is all on how good a skill and craft they can have. And I think that's a mistake you can make. I mean, you have to have skill and craft to work in the industry. Everybody has skill and craft. But if you think about when you're trying to like just first start, how are you going to possibly compare your skill and craft to somebody who's been doing it for 30 years? It's almost an impossibility.
Well, the scary thing is that so many students don't compare themselves to that. That's I think that's sort of a, where they're missing the boat, because they're comparing themselves to their classmates and the people doing this, that they're getting all the pats on the back from on Instagram and stuff. And it's like, that's not where it's happening. It's like, it's the people that are getting those jobs that have been working in the industry for a long time, So that's remember Chris Payne. I mean, look at the person on your left, look at the person on your right. They're not your competition. I'm your competition. It's Chris. And he's like, you know what? I'm not scared.
That's right.
Hey, this is exciting.
Guess
who's back? Guess who's back? We got Gil
Ashby is in the house.
Yay.
Welcome back.
Oh, we got Gil Ashby's on mute. Gil, you got to turn on that mic.
Well, that means he's officially here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to have you back.
Welcome back, Gil.
Hey, Gil.
You got 4 minutes on this pose, Gil.
This is the last pose.
You got to crank it out, man.
All right. I'm going to go for it. Which image is it?
It's the fourth image.
Okay.
The color code.
I got 4 minutes. All right. Let's see what I could do.
Oh, see, I'm already more relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
I'm starting to go to sleep, actually.
Don't laugh.
Gil. Gil, it's awesome to have you here.
It's awesome to be back. Really.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're an illustration isolation favorite. We lost most of our audience when you stopped.
Yeah, right. Thank you. Truly flattering me.
Are you out of school yet? Is school out?
Yeah.
Great.
That's why I'm back.
You just missed Chris Payne.
Yeah.
Yesterday was my last day.
Okay. We ended last week. We had reviews.
Yeah.
And waiting for the next thing to come, because it's certainly coming.
Yeah.
But I had a lot of work to do this semester that was unexpected, and I just didn't have time to hang out.
Yeah. So Gil, before you just came in, you caught the tail end of it. We were talking about kind of dealing with burnout, and we've got a couple of more questions. Burnout and discipline as a young artist. You got anything on that? How to overcome it, or any input?
I think that burnout, wow, that doesn't even exist with me.
Yeah.
You know,
There you go.
Man, I've heard George say that before. He's like, he has students
What?
tell him that they're burned out, and he's like, I've been doing this for like 40 years. I haven't been burned out yet.
why? I love this.
Well,
tool.
I have cycles, it's cyclical. I mean, there are times where I am worn out with it, and that's when I'll shift, but I have something that I can lean on. I'll go to my guitar, I'll go to my writing, I'll go to the photography, but it's still a creative thing that I go to.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good answer.
That's
Yeah.
when Dale walks upstairs and he starts putting the spandex on.
Ugly.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna continue to contextualize this every time we mention it.
How does-
Dale is an avid cyclist.
Dale is a superhero.
Yeah.
I was going to ask how John knows this.
Right.
Because Dale told me.
Dale sent us a photo of his closet with all of his, well, probably not all of, but
No, not even
a
close.
Some of the spandex.
a significant amount.
It looked like the wardrobe department at Marvel Studios.
Yeah.
Love that
Nice.
cycling gear. Yeah.
Well, if they run me over, it's not because they couldn't see me. Okay.
Right.
I had some guys on cycles the other day in
My point was we all get away from it, right?
Yeah.
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 When I
Go
was
on.
when I was living in Brooklyn, we used to go down and play pool because it was the one thing that wasn't art-like, like none of us wanted to do pool paintings, or drawings. So we could go and actually focus on the game and totally get lost and have some beers. And it was a real release of a sort,
Yeah.
So would you say maybe have a hobby that is I don't know. I guess I don't know what the quick because
Okay.
have something that you can.
Like.
What were you saying, Cassandra? Sorry.
Oh, sorry. I have to bow out. My kids are melting down. It was
Oh,
Okay.
It was great having you.
hi,
All right.
Cassandra.
Hi,
Take
Cassandra.
care.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Oh,
Sandra.
Well, that was the last bell. I forgot to give my couple minute warning, so we're gonna
Heads
do it
up.
now. This is a couple minute warning, everybody. Everybody's on the panel can keep drawing, but if you're in the audience, please post your work. Post it to Instagram. Use the hashtag illustration isolation and at Visual Arts Passage. I'm gonna toss it in the chat soon, but do it now. Don't wait because we're not hitting refresh. We're not hitting refresh.
Do it now.
hey, I have a question for you guys. How is anybody find time to read just for like
I do
Oh yeah.
I don't
every
have-
night. I don't care how tired I am. I have to read.
Same here.
Yeah.
I've been trying to figure that out. After I left New York, I didn't have to ride the trains,
Oh yeah.
which I love because that was my reading room.
Yep. I would do that. And then I loved it for filling up sketchbooks.
Yeah. Well, once I got a family, that took that out.
Oh yeah. Right.
I'm trying to fight my way back. So the family is the biggest distraction and school. So I'm always treasuring the time off to start an image, unless a job or something comes in, but
George, do you feel like books on tape are equal to reading?
that's,
Well, I've been a member of Audible for about 20 years, probably at least.
Yeah.
And to get I do the I forget what my level is on that thing, but I can download 2 books a month. And I tend to download books I've already read.
Okay.
So that way I can get lost in a picture and wake up and go, oh, okay, I know where I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like if I listen to a book on Audible and then I told you, hey, George, I read this book by.
Right. Does that count?
Does it count? Or
Yeah,
do I
why
need to
not?
say, hey, I listened to a book?
I think it counts.
I mean,
I don't know. I have.
Same information.
It's fine for you guys, but I don't allow myself to feel as though I've read something if I've listened to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of,
You know what it is? I can only speak for myself. I don't take it in the same way. Like it's much more intimate.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, that's
Yeah.
why I only the ones I've already read,
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll play some during class for my students, short story stuff,
Oh, that's cool. Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll play like some Stephen King or Jack London or Roald Dahl but the adult stuff from Roald Dahl.
Right. That's awesome.
Quitters, they get really into it because they, amazingly, actually it's not amazing that they have never read Stephen King. And he lives here in Sarasota.
Who does?
Although Stephen King, I've never met him though, never seen him on the
Wow.
street.
He was a Maine guy.
He goes back and forth.
Oh, no kidding. Because I
Yeah.
used to see him at Fenway Park all the time.
He moved down here because his hero lived here. It was John D. McDonald.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Can you imagine him having more than one house?
He's such an odd bird. He's like, when I, way back when I learned that he lived in Maine, I was like, yep,
that makes sense, right?
yep, he does.
Florida doesn't make really sense to me. Like, I can't picture that.
Although he does.
Oh,
write a
really?
lot of-
After
Yeah.
all the Florida man things?
Yeah, he writes a lot of Florida.
I mean, man.
Well, okay.
A lot of Stephen King content.
Yeah.
Are we, is everybody posted? I hope everybody's posted. John, are you wanting to
Ready in
go?
1 minute.
1 minute. You heard it.
I can post this in a second.
When I was little, we used to, every book we read, if we went to a Pizza Hut, they'd give you a personal pizza.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
that was like a big part of being little for me.
I would have read so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you just, and you got like Goosebumps. I read like the whole Goosebumps catalog for pizza.
Man, let me tell you that when I was a kid, going to the bookmobile, that was a big deal for me, man. The smell of the books, everything about it was like a big deal for me.
George,
I
did you
loved
have
it.
Scholastic catalogs that you'd fill out and order books in school?
Yeah. That
Oh,
was,
yeah.
I love that,
Somebody says they still do the Pizza Hut book program.
They
Oh,
really.
that's cool.
That's funny.
they
That's
don't
cool.
check your ID.
I wish my kids were more readers. And I used to read to them when they were little, But
George.
my daughter is 15. My son will turn 21 this month.
Oh my God.
Oh,
George,
Hello.
I feel like to get the title of being a reader for you though is pretty high.
Well, my daughter reads, but I ask her every, hey, what are you reading? And it's always, I'm still on that same book. I'm like, oh my God. So I smack her around a little bit and then, try and instill, that she should read more. But no,
like the
kidding.
last thing that would get her to read, right?
Yeah.
Dad says.
Yeah.
Okay, so Timmy,
Don't
you
read
wanna
that.
start- you want to start like now, and then
Yeah, let's do it.
a lot of people aren't going to post their last drawing, which is fine, but we're going to be able to look at the first three.
Yeah.
We got time.
They got like a full 5 minutes to post the last one, so I feel confident.
So we'll have to refresh. And I thought
No refresh.
No refresh.
He's got.
Okay, so let
Under
me-
no circumstance,
He's got
John.
a hard out.
For you.
So we have how many more minutes do we have on this post?
It's been up for a while.
The very last post has. Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Okay, good. All right, here we go.
George, I'm glad you used ink on this because it inspired me to go with ink.
Yeah.
And
Let me take a picture of this one and send it in. Oh, excuse me.
Somebody said, what did I miss? Somebody said refreshes are canceled. What did I miss last week?
Refreshes.
Hey, it was a
We had a technical difficulty with refresh.
it was a dumpster fire.
We had to switch shares and Timmy was sharing and I thought it was my screen that I was sharing. It was just an absolute.
It was like yeah, it felt like a clinic on Zoom catastrophes.
All right, so we're going to avoid that and we are ready to go. So Brian is up first here. Can everyone see my screen?
You're great. We're good.
Okay.
It's happening. We're doing it live.
All right, here we go.
Oh, nice.
I'm trying to get myself comfortable and stay plugged in and all that stuff. Oh, very nice. We got the arrows. Cassandra's here now to point out the arrows to me. So
Gary
keep an eye on
Morrow's
it, too.
on. Gary Morrow's been drawing too.
yeah, he
Nice.
shows us every week. George, you would know that.
Wait,
Oh,
John.
Spain.
John,
Wow.
with the number of artists we have, we might skip through the time lapses tonight.
Okay, that was easy.
I don't.
I'm just following orders, guys.
Okay, yeah. I just don't. I want to make sure we can get to everybody. So
We had a huge number of people that posted last week. That was one of the big problems. It
Yeah.
wasn't a problem. We just weren't prepared for how many people posted.
somebody just said no, time lapses are out. Okay, we're gonna do time lapses tonight.
Nice, Randy.
Oh, nice.
Very cool.
oh, nice.
Cool. That was great.
Wow.
Oh, they got that done quickly
Yeah.
and posted quickly. Oh, we got the last pose up. It's nice.
This is great.
Very nice.
Devin.
Nice, Devin.
Right.
I'm going quick because,
First time joining. Cool. First timer.
all right.
You got a little arrow there.
Hey.
man.
Wow.
Nice.
Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on. I'm backing up.
I think it's the lag, but it looks like your mouse is moving so slow.
What's
That's
going on?
awesome. Nothing, John. It's just the delay of your mouse. It makes you. It's funny. That's great.
Oh, that's cool.
Good one.
Nice.
Oh, very nice.
Like the hearts. Cool.
When did you guys start doing the time lapse thing? It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I almost started a mutiny, getting rid of them. So I backed off on that.
Nice job.
Nice.
Words there.
Cool.
That's cool.
That new. I think. Sweet.
Oh, nice.
I can,
Very cool.
we're still looking at last drawings and we thought that
They wouldn't get up there.
we wouldn't get up there and we're going to be looking at a lot of drawings.
Yeah.
It's good.
This is great.
This is really nice. So,
That's fun.
Oh,
very fun.
Sweet.
Woof. Nice, Taryn. Very good. That's good. Come on.
oh, that's cool. I like the hair on that one.
Oh wow. You got a little arrow there, John.
Way to go, Peter.
Nice,
Excellent.
nice one, Peter.
Nice, AJ.
Oh,
That's
Oh,
cool.
that's cool. Ooh,
Oh, that's nice.
That's fun.
That's
wow.
really fun.
Oh,
Nice.
Little arrow.
oh great.
Um,
Fun. Cool.
Good work.
Yeah,
That's
those
a
are
cool
fun.
spread.
Really nice.
Wow. Nice one, Gary.
Yeah.
Nice.
A lot of good stuff in here.
No kidding.
That's great.
The crowd's getting larger, but the work's staying great.
Oh, that's cool.
That's fun.
It is
All star.
all-star team right there. George, this is the
Yeah,
new lady I traded pieces for with.
that's fun.
I got the better end of the deal. I still believe.
You got mini arrow there.
It's good drawing. So
Very cool.
fun. Good interpretation.
That's awesome.
That is
Reminds me a
awesome.
little bit of those characters that used to be in the newspaper. And they would be holding the giant heart and stuff. Remember those?
What's that? What kind of paper? Did
In the
they-
newspapers, those characters that were like, they were sort of Cupid-like, but not.
I'm joking. Nobody looks at newspapers anymore.
Hey.
I know. The New York Times. I know.
Updating myself.
No, that's
Oh, cool.
Oh, come on.
He blew up his head instead of the hands to get out of the handcuffs.
That's
Yeah.
killer.
really nice. That's fun. Very nice.
Wow.
Very cool.
Oh,
Oh, cool.
That's fun.
that's
That's great.
Wow.
Got a mini one. Mini arrow there. Wow, fun.
Okay.
Sweet.
Very good.
Cool.
Hey, nice, Heather.
That's
Wow.
fun.
It's nice. Color for Houdini.
yeah. Oh, that's a great one.
Oh, wow.
I loved the description of that one. Yeah.
Love these digital practice sessions. Very nice.
Question for the audience. Is anybody joined for the first time tonight going to come back?
Time lapse.
Nice.
Timmy, that you asked it too late. They probably have already left.
Yeah. Nice. Well, I'm glad you're all coming back. They're still here, John, and they're coming back. In spite of everything.
Where else can you draw with
Yeah.
Dale
That
Stefano?
one looks photographic.
That one's really tightened down on that.
Wow.
He nailed it.
Oh, that's cool. Oh, wow.
That's fun.
Where else can you say you spent the evening drawing with Chris Payne and George Pratt and Dale Stefanos and Gil Ashby and Cassandra Loomis? It's awesome.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, I love how the drawings and illustrations have evolved since we first started. It's pretty cool, the level of talent
Yeah, Gil, I wish you could have joined for our anniversary one because we reused our first photos.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
So it was a lot of side by side stuff. It was great.
that was cool.
These are awesome. Nice, Joe.
Yeah, Marcy had a really nice one before that too.
That's cool.
Nice. Seems to be like a narrative there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
That reminds me of the thing we were talking about this morning with Julian Allen and Gary Kelly,
Whoa,
putting famous people together.
Julian Allen. Wow.
Yeah.
Gary
One
Kelly.
of my teachers at SVA when I was in undergrad.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
wow. Lucky you.
Awesome, awesome man. Very
Yeah.
cool. And then
Wow.
that person went to Micah before he left us.
I like that, Antonio.
That's a nice piece.
It's cool too.
Looks like Antonio had the brayer out.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Oh, fun. It's crazy how different everybody tackles this stuff.
Well,
Yeah, there you go. Okay.
this reference.
Tricking us with the reference.
That's fun too.
That's cool.
Nice.
That's fun.
I like the reversed out triangles.
It's great.
Very cool.
Nice, Marcy.
I can always tell Marcy's drawings. Yeah.
Yep. Really personal. Wow.
Yeah, Bill, there are quite a few people that over the course of the past year, you see it in a second.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, yeah, you recognize the work, but you don't have to look at the credit.
Yeah. And you see their improvement too over the,
Right.
Yeah.
like this guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Is that you, Poe George?
Yeah. With ink.
Very cool.
Nice, Stoner.
Yeah, nice. Oh, that's cool.
That's fun.
Yeah, it really is. Wow, very nice.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Not bad.
My grandmother used to tell my uncle, who was a professional photographer, she would look at a photo and go, Howard, that's almost professional. It would drive him insane, man.
So that's who you got it from, George.
Yeah.
I like rad gravy. That's nice.
I know who
Oh,
fun.
very
I
cool.
knew that was Tom.
Nice, Tom.
Really
Tom,
good one. Nice drawing, Tom.
Tom, we didn't get a hand raise from you this week.
Yeah, he knows better.
Cool.
Oh, very nice,
Yeah,
George.
that's beautiful.
Move on.
Pastel, George?
George,
Yeah.
Nice, Jenna.
Nice.
Randy.
Oh, that's cool.
Very good. That's great.
Fun.
That's really fun.
Yeah, so is that. It's really nice.
Looks like you were drawing Vincent Nappy,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. This is nice drawing. I love the line in it. Simplification's really good.
I like the hands on that too.
Yeah.
It's cool.
John, I'm doing some recon to see where we're at. we got a lot more.
Uh-oh.
Really?
Yeah.
How many people
Yeah.
were drawing tonight?
A lot, I guess.
Well, there's other people.
Yeah, got some really great stuff, but I think you're going at the right pace, but
Well, I can't
just
really,
wanted to prep everybody.
can't really go any slower.
Yeah, I know.
Look at this.
Wow.
You want to watch it again, Timmy? No.
That's just what I was thinking.
Oh, that's really cool.
That's cool.
Like a woodcut almost. Or a lino cut.
That was a time lapse. I apologize.
That's cool.
Cool.
Art after class. Nice.
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
That's fun.
Nice.
Yeah, that's cool.
Really fun.
George, was something else by them? Did you say reminded you of Vincent Nappy?
Hmm?
Oh, I thought you said something reminded you of Vincent Nappy.
It looked like he was drawing Vincent
Yeah, the guy.
Oh,
as that character.
that splatter reminded me of Vincent.
Hmm.
We need to get Vincent in here.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nice.
hear my dog. Let me let her out.
That's cool.
Nice drawing.
I love that.
That's very cool. What was that?
That guy.
Wow, that's really good.
Yeah,
So is that.
that too.
Wow.
Work.
Oh, wow.
Who did that?
That's fantastic.
He's a drawing beast.
There's your frizzy hair.
Look at that.
Wow.
Wow.
Chris is a freak.
Mhm.
That's
Wow, those are-
wild.
That's really nice.
Wow.
Wow, good drawing. Tough to follow Chris Payne. He did a good
Yeah.
job with it.
You got to swing big.
That's Karen.
What was it last week? We were talking about our careers, and I was so glad I didn't have to go after Chris.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow. Very nice. It's cool too.
Very well done.
Great.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm trying to go fast, but still be able to look
I
at
want to be able to see everybody's work too, so
Yeah.
that's great. This is a good problem. This is
I'd
great.
rather have it be up on the screen for a short time and get everybody in.
This is great. Oh, cool.
Really nice. Wow,
Right.
nice. Huh. Drawing. Very good. Wow,
That's lovely.
that's very well done. Like that. That's great. Nice. Very good. Wow, Marcy.
Beautiful moves.
Very good.
It's worn that Blackwing down.
Yeah, man.
Nothing left. It's kind of sad. My favorite pencil.
Yeah. That's fun.
That's great.
That's got a great character to it.
I love the chains on the hand. And
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
It's so good.
I can almost see
It
that.
really is.
Very nice.
Beautiful. George, did I share my trade with you from from Felicity?
I heard y'all talking about it. I can't remember if I saw it.
I'll send it to you.
Cool.
I'm very proud of him. Oh, that's great.
Cool.
That's really fun. Cool.
That's great.
Now, I could tell that was Marcy's. Very nice.
Like
Cool.
that.
Good George.
I wonder how many people who are drawing with us know who Houdini was.
The quickest way is in the chat, say you don't know Houdini. Let us know if you don't know.
Seems like, you know, he was so famous. Seems like
Yeah.
everybody would know who he was. Famous historically. He's been in, you know, several movies made about him.
Wow.
That's nice.
Well, I don't think the movie The Prestige would be around if it wasn't for Houdini.
Yeah.
He was, you know, he was the real.
Think about all those Houdini movies that wouldn't be around.
Well, there's that too. I can only think of 2 of those Houdini movies, George. Shut up.
Nice.
Oh, that's nice.
Good job.
It's nice having you back, George.
That's nice, Chris.
Was Houdini that rapper from Brooklyn?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
Okay.
his album Escape Artist.
Yeah,
Right.
you're always on top of it. I like it.
Escape from Brooklyn.
That's what I was gonna say.
The follow-up from Escape from LA and Escape from New York.
Brooklyn.
No, but there actually was a rapper named Houdini from Brooklyn.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
He was pretty popular.
What happened to him?
You know, his era came and left.
Wow.
Weird.
The genres changed. It got more sophisticated.
Yeah.
Vanishing act, George.
Very nice.
After all, he was Houdini.
He disappeared.
Escape.
Inevitably, right?
Yeah.
Fun.
Really nice drawings coming up.
Absolutely. We got some more here.
Did I have to do something so you guys could check my
You could hold it up on
Yeah,
your
there you go.
screen.
Hold it up.
It's nice.
kind of okay with
Oh shit. Sorry, Gil. I meant to pin you and I.
Oh, very cool. Hang on.
Nice.
Gil, the pose was up about 30 minutes ago.
I accidentally muted you, Gil.
You got a lot
Sorry.
further than I did.
I accidentally muted you, Gil. My bad.
Nice.
Are you gonna put it on the screen
He's muted.
or Gil's image?
Yeah, I shared it.
Where?
Don't worry about it, George. You're not an attendee.
I wanted to see it.
We'll do it at the
This
end.
is great. This is great.
Nice drawings.
Wow.
You know what would be fun would be to put a book out.
This is awesome. Oh, Jenna, nice.
You know, if like you could put like 10 or 20 of these on a page, put, you know, it's squares just like they are on Instagram, boom, 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 and put out a book of this stuff. It'd be pretty cool.
Oh yeah.
John and I could make a fortune on all of your artwork.
That's all right.
Yeah, like all the other people making a fortune out of publishing.
Yeah, this is great. Oh, I love that.
That's a really nice piece.
This is great.
That's fun.
You could show the photo and then you could show all the drawings from that photo.
Yeah, exactly.
That would be cool.
I don't know. It sounds like there's a problem in there somewhere.
Yeah. I can see the legal letter
Yeah.
written right now.
So instead of it just being from one person, it'd be a class action.
Yeah, that would be the only change. I can see it.
But these are all public domain images.
That's right.
Right. That's what we'll tell all of the artists, George. No, we're kidding everybody.
Very nice.
This is great.
That's a good drawing.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, no.
Admit,
Look at that thing.
That's it. That's it. Thank you all so much. What an awesome night.
Hanging on the wall. Okay, now real quickly, Gil, show your piece. Timmy, hit him.
Can he,
Here, I'll stop sharing,
Yeah.
and Gil will finish the night.
We're gonna do
Right.
it. Yeah.
hey, Gil. Yeah, show all the piece.
I'll hold it up, I guess.
Wow.
Awesome.
Wow,
Whoa. That was fast.
that's beautiful.
That was 4
Dang.
minutes.
Right.
4 minutes.
Who let that guy in?
That's one of those quick gestures that Gil does.
Jeez.
But
It's really good to have you back, Gil.
I'm really happy to be back.
Yeah.
Believe me.
Yeah.
And George, it's been a while since George. Everybody, Dale, George, Cassandra, Chris Payne, Timmy, Bill Coe, thank you all.
So much fun.
Everybody
So
that
great. Have a nice night, everybody.
See you
Be
next
safe,
week.
everyone.
Good to
Thanks,
see you all.
everybody.
Yeah. Get your shots.
Yes,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
Agreed.
Not
Yeah.
bourbon.
Got mine.
I got mine.
Got mine.
Good.
Hey.
Okay,
Good.
guys.
The art dads are vaccinated. Good. All right.
Everybody's saying, yeah, it's because you're all so old. That's why you
All